Hello, and welcome to Pressing Buttons. I'm Hugo.
I'm Nick.
Another great week, another great episode coming at you. Episode 91 of the new, well, I was going to say of the new
What
year. No,
what year is it today?
it's 2024, but I was going to say of
Oh,
the new year. We haven't had 91 episodes in the year. Episode 91 of Pressing
you
Buttons
said that
overall.
you made the same flub last week.
It's the beginning of the year. I'm still a month in. I'm still getting my bearings. It's tough.
Okay.
It's tough being me. Quick heads up. Thank you guys for keeping up with us. We know the schedule's been a little bit hectic. Nick had to go and pick up Louis in Ohio from his parents. His own personal hell is just going back and forth to Ohio, picking up the dog, dropping the dog off, and then eating at the Olive Garden that's right next to the hotel.
I will say the Olive Garden is fantastic in that it's right in front of the hotel.
Get them unlimited sticks, baby.
Unlimited sticks. We actually did takeout the second time, and I was very skeptical of what a takeout Olive Garden experience would be, but it was actually pretty good.
No, you gotta go. You gotta go
They're very generous with the portion.
You gotta go to the restaurant, get that real sit-in dining experience of the Midwest.
That's preferable for sure, but with we actually got in trouble the last time we did that because we left the dog behind and he was going ape shit in the room, and the hotel called me and yelled at me. So
Come get your fucking dog, man.
yeah, come get your dog.
Oh, okay.
But
But how do you? Is this the last time?
Reason behind it.
Yeah, is this the last time you're going to Ohio to drop off or pick up a dog? Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's why our episodes
the next
have.
time. Yeah, the next time we'll probably drive home for one of the holidays, either Thanksgiving or Christmas.
But we
So
don't record this time.
I'll be passing through Ohio, but not, it's not my end point.
Yeah. For those wondering, that is why we have been recording on Monday to release Tuesday instead of Sunday to release Monday. But hopefully the saga's over. Louis and Boba are back together again, and it's all good. All right, and Ash is just.
They're it's basically Pinky in the Brain. You remember that cartoon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pinky's Boba for sure.
Wow, really?
Louis is a fucking genius. Louis he's the smaller one, and he's like insanely intelligent.
Well, I thought he'd be Pinky.
We're worried.
Yeah.
he's too smart. Boba's definitely Pinky. He's just like a big old goofball. He's pretty smart too, but not nearly as smart as Louis. So
Well, I think Pinky was a smarter one because Brains' schemes never really worked.
yeah, I feel like if you go deeper into that series, there's that becomes like a thing. But
Look at this.
how's
guy.
Ash doing?
Ash is doing good. He's bigger
Okay.
now. He's way bigger.
Yeah.
I gotta get him his claws. Oh my god, he's just going hyper. It's his time. All right, let's record an episode. I mean, let's.
Is this a video game podcast? I forget. Yeah. What is?
We turned into nothing but fur real quick. Pets are
Yeah.
pressing buttons, which we gotta do a new one because I want to introduce everybody to Ash whenever.
Well, we have 2 new additions.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It only makes sense.
Well, all right. Well, hopefully Ash doesn't fuck around and mess with my setup. That's why I've been picking him up because usually he comes in and starts fucking mashing the keyboard, mashing the roadcaster. It's a shit show.
I'm gonna teach him all F4.
No.
That's gonna be my goal.
Well, then you're screwed because I'm the one recording all this. Yeah. All right. Let's get to some video games. We want to start off with Palworld. For those that are not aware, Palworld is this game just got recent release. It's basically Pokemon slash Minecraft slash Call of Duty. Well, not Call of Duty, but like PUBG or something, because you got guns in there. It's taken the internet by storm. I believe it hit over 1.5 million, maybe 2 million concurrent users.
No, dude, it's like it passed 3 already.
Yeah, on
Maybe
Steam.
even 5. It's something insane. Oh yeah, I think the last number I saw was like 3 million across everything.
Yeah, on Steam
yeah.
It hit like 1.5 million, 2 million. I think it's right behind PUBG that had the all time with 3 million, and then some other game, Counter-Strike, I think, is the other one. But definitely has shot up the charts. It's on Steam. It's on Xbox Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, finally a reason to have Game Pass, right, Nick? Um, but it's been very popular. Obviously, everybody has been wanting something like this from the Pokemon company. Not necessarily Pokemon with guns, but just what it's offering with the whole open world view, going out, seeing these pals out in the wild, able to catch them. Also, the building, you're able to build stuff, which I'm still not a big fan, but that's also incorporated in there. But from the reviews and stuff that I've been seeing, it's enough where you don't have to really put a lot of time into the building if you don't want to. You can just do some basic stuff. But definitely something of a shocker. Nobody was expecting this to be so popular. It was kind of a bit of like a meme coming in and for what it offered. But it's definitely been a hit. Obviously, a lot of people have been playing it. I know you played it for like 30 minutes. But what are your thoughts on it and the reason why it became so popular?
Yeah, I think I remember the trailer for this. I can't remember which showcase it was, but it was just kind of like this completely wacky looking game, right? Where you're just like, wait, it's. I think at that point it was like, oh, it's Pokemon but with guns, and then now it's more like there's like Minecraft elements and all this like building and survival stuff going on. Um, so I think when you think about the formula of the game, if it's Pokemon meets Minecraft, and they actually made the game fun, like maybe it's not so surprising that it's taking the world by storm. Um, and I think because it is kind of like a wacky looking game that a lot of people are really enjoying playing, that's like catnip, pun intended, for Twitch
Very intended.
streams. Yeah, very intended for like Twitch streamers. So like I've seen like not every, but like a lot of big Twitch streamers are playing this game. So I think that's really like amplifying uh, so many users of the game. As well, it was made available on Game Pass. So I think, I think it can, like seemingly that immediately added like 1 million active users when that was made available. So yeah, I think they're just doing a lot of things right to generate a ton of interest in the game. Um, I only played it for, again, it was like 20 to 30 minutes just because I've been so busy. But I think I'll play it some more. Again, I got it for free with Game Pass.
You keep saying
It's my jam.
that.
It's my jam. I think it's my jam. I was never a big Minecraft. Like I don't think I've even. Maybe I tried it once, but like I'm not a Minecraft player by any means. I do like Dragon Quest Builders. Because of that, I did enjoy my time with Lego Fortnite. So I can like that like crafting and building mechanics. Um, Believe it or not, I would say I am a Pokemon fan. I've just been deeply disappointed with all of the recent releases of the game. So I don't know. So I feel like there's like enough unique elements that are blended together. It's nice that you can play a Pokemon type game at higher than 15 frames per second for the first time in a long time. So yeah, that's kind of my. I don't like. I played it again, I played it for like 20 minutes. So I don't really have like deep impressions other than it looked like it. There was a lot of stuff there to do for a game that's. I think it's still technically in early access.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Uh,
And
yeah,
obviously the popularity of it, it's stable enough where you have all these people playing and it's still functioning with not. I haven't really heard any issues about it.
yeah, they have enough like warnings in the game about, hey, this is a limitation or this is a feature that we're going to roll out at some point. But even with those, it still feels like it's a fairly complete game now. I don't know how many hours there are because I played so little of it, but again, like big Twitch streamers are playing the shit out of this game. They're playing it like all day, every day. So, and they have been for about a week or
3-4 days. It was over the
three,
weekend.
4
So
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
I mean, I know it blew. I
So
think
it's
it blew
not.
up
So
over the weekend.
I think it has more content than Lego Fortnite. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think people churn through that in short order, and we're kind of like, that's it. I don't think I've heard. I don't think I've heard much of that yet, but it is still.
It's addicting enough with the building and going around and collecting these pals that it's people are still talking about it, and I do agree with you. If it was just Pokemon with guns, then it would definitely wouldn't be. I don't think it would be as big of a hit as it is. Obviously, the building aspect of it is really fun. The social aspect of it is really fun. I think I read somewhere that you can capture other players that are out in the wild, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, the internet has a short attention span, so depending on what they release or what they add onto it, it could definitely boost it up even more. But it's doing well. It's a surprise hit of the year kind of thing.
I mean, I think there was this like 2 week, call it like 2 or 3 week like quiet period between like big game launches. So it's kind of crazy that they were like, let's just launch it now, and it happened to. I think it ended up being like a great time to launch. So
yeah,
even though like everyone's been talking about how insane Q1 is, I think they still found like a window to work with.
Right before everything comes in, because I read this funny tweet about how like this kind of took up so much space that it overshadowed The Last of Us 2 remastered getting released, and how toxic the whole discourse was on it.
Nobody gives a shit about that game. Everyone's shitting on the game.
Well, it's a very discourse heavy game when it came out. With what happens, no spoilers, but especially for season 2. Whatever.
No,
You're a hater.
I don't think people aren't upset about like reactivating the discourse around the narrative of the game. I think people are just like, this port is useless.
Oh. Well, all right, there you go. So it took away from this port is useless crowd.
A lot of like fairly technical, content creators were like, there's very little difference between these two games.
It was just,
and I think there's like some new modes or whatever.
Yeah, the new modes are enough. I think good enough. Something.
I mean, maybe for you, I don't know.
You're just a hater.
No, so that's a hard no for me, dog.
All right. So let's move on. We'll like I said, we'll keep an eye on Palworld and see what it gets up to.
I love the name. The name is like so dumb.
It's so dumb, but it works.
It's just Palworld.
Just going around picking up pals.
Pals, just Palworld. What are you playing tonight? Palworld.
It's a good name. It sticks. That like pressing buttons. It stuck. All right. Next thing,
pushing buttons.
That's what I wanted for a while, but
too soon.
It was too popular. Too many people had it.
Okay. Palworld.
Are you just gonna keep saying that?
Say it. It's fun to say.
I just said it. Palworld.
Yeah.
All right. Can we move on to the next news?
I mean, I could just keep saying it forever.
No, I don't think everybody wants that.
Okay.
All right. Next bit of news we want to talk about is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth marketing. I wanted to bring this up real quick. Obviously, Nick and I super excited to play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which is releasing on the 26th. But the marketing behind it. They had Drewski do a video release about a week ago, which I thought was good. They just had a partnership preview event with a popular streamer, XQC. I don't even know the guy. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not into the whole streaming thing. I don't know.
He's a very large streamer.
Yeah. I know that he's a very large streamer, but I know that he doesn't like the series.
The one thing that he got, I mean, he was already very popular, but then he started getting like deep into like all these like gambling streams and like, so he's just kind of like, he's part of that crew.
Yeah, I don't even know what streamers do anymore. But anyways, so they partnered up with him so they could do a little preview of the game. And a lot of people, especially fans of the series, were mad because one, he didn't know how to play a game, didn't know it was a RPG, and he's a known hater of the series. And then the other thing is that the new game plus is locked behind the deluxe edition or higher. So if you buy the base version of the game, you won't be able to continue your new game plus save, which kind of sucks. I've always thought that they've had great marketing for the game itself. The game sells itself. It's a popular game. You don't really need a lot to push it. But I think the fact that they're trying to kind of push themselves into the American market and become more mainstream, especially with the last one being an RPG and then this one also being an RPG, and kind of just kind of get more word of mouth, get it out there to more people. I don't think this necessarily helps that aspect of it. I know it partnering with a popular streamer will get more people to look at the series, but the game's a great game. I think when gamers know that a game is great, I think they'll get on it. They don't need advice from some streamer mostly, just because they're playing it. And then also the new game plus stuff, for the community who really want to play your game and play it over and over. I think it is weird that it is locked behind the deluxe edition or higher. Hopefully, they kind of do a reverse on this, do a 180, and just do a patch where you don't really need this because it does kind of suck on the gamers end. Your thoughts on these two things? What do you think about Twitch streamers and New Game Plus stuff?
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Because I want to go. I'm gonna go pretty hard. Yeah, I feel like Sega just needs to stop spending so much effort on like how do we do things with Twitch streamers, or just like YouTube content creators or whatever. Like I think they've crossed the line too many times with this. So the latest example I think is this guy, XQC, who I think is probably just like not a great brand fit. So whoever's making these decisions around who do we do deals with for marketing our game, like they probably just like, who's big and who will like accept the lowest amount of money to do some sort of program with us. And then they didn't take like that next step of like, is there any actual brand synergy? Like, do they actually like the game? So on and so forth. Maybe they did do that and they just don't care because they're taking the perspective of like any press is good press. But I feel like you don't have to do that. Like I think it's always better to work with people who actually are interested either in the franchise or like at least these types of games, so that the content actually ends up being enjoyable and has the opportunity to like resonate with people instead of just like pissing people off, which it seems this is doing. So I think that's one. The English voice actor for Kiryu is like a YouTube content creator, and I think he's like not a good voice actor. And he does like some. I'm pretty sure it's him. I think he does some of the voice work or the voiceovers for like the marketing videos as well. And I'm just like, stop using this guy. Like he's not, and I think a lot of people, he's like kind of has like a divisive, like personality or whatever. So a lot of people don't like him because of whatever his personality is, but like he's just like not a good voice actor. So it's like, I'm 100% doing Japanese.
I mean, I've never done any of the Yakuza series.
If Kiryu's in the game, like you can't use not the Japanese voice actors. So.
Well, any game that starred Kiryu, I did Japanese. I think the only one I didn't do Japanese was Like a Dragon.
I think I did it. I think I did English. I liked Ichiban's.
It worked really well. Yeah,
but I'm going Japanese.
Might have to do that too. We'll see. I'll see if it's good.
And then they also did. I think it was the samurai. It was Ishin.
Ishin, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Do you remember they like tacked on this like card system and like the cards were like all these like celebrities. And,
yeah. Because I remember there was a wrestler. I forget his
Kenny
name.
Omega.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of
I
the
don't
series.
mind.
So.
So I like Kenny. That makes sense to me. I was cool with Kenny Omega, but like I feel like some of their choices were like a little questionable, and um, like Kenny Omega isn't like some dipshit Twitch streamer. Like I
Yeah,
think
he's a fan. From what I saw, he's a fan of the series. So he seemed really enthused that he got the opportunity.
yeah.
Put us
So
in
I think
there.
at a minimum, I think they did make the people they put in the game were like I think they were mostly like actually fans of the series, so they at least check that box. But still, I feel like they're just like trying to integrate content creators and all these people in other games, and I feel like I just don't like it. Like get professionals, and there's
Yeah.
other ways to leverage those people to market your game. Like you don't have to put them in the game. I feel like that just crosses the line, and there's been like a lot of like Cyberpunk has been they did that, and I think every implementation of that has been pretty bad. So
Yeah, it seems to be like the North American strategy because we know in Japan it's really popular. You don't really need to push it, but I know the voice actors over there they really love the series and they do a lot of promotional events for it and they're well received. But in the States, because the series is so popular now, I think they're just trying to capture that in the States, and it's tough. But this is definitely not the way I think to make it work. Just like you said, low
to me, it's
level
like
streamers.
yeah. To me, well, they're not even like I wouldn't say like low, but they're just like
No, I'm saying
they're
to get low level, like somebody
okay.
that's enthused about the game, even
And
if
it's
it's a
not
low level
like
guy.
and it's not like because someone's a Twitch streamer, there can't be a voice. Like there's people who are actually incredible voice actors who are also Twitch streamers, or content creators, and that's fine. But like, don't make someone who's not a good voice actor be a voice in your game because they're a big Twitch streamer.
Damn,
That's my belief.
you really hate this guy.
Yeah. I mean, hate's a strong word.
Not personally hate him. You just hate his voice acting.
I didn't like the guy. Like I didn't like the guy. I'm one of the people. I just didn't care for the guy to begin with, and then like, but if he was like an incredible voice actor, then it's like whatever. Like that's fine. But
Yeah, no, I
he's
get
not.
you.
He's like pretty bad.
I get you. There's a reason we mostly stick to the Japanese voiceover than do the American, and there's a reason Like a Dragon Gaiden didn't release the American voiceover until like 2 months after or whatever, which was pretty funny. But yeah, this is not going to deter us from buying the game. It's still up there with the one we want the most.
I didn't even answer your. That was probably way more than you thought. That was just on your first bullet point. The second one was the New Game Plus debacle.
Fine. Yeah. What do you think about
that? I don't love it. So then the question is, do I not get the deluxe version as some sort of protest?
No.
But then I'm a believer that those don't actually do anything. Like me not getting the deluxe edition isn't going to manifest into some change and things. So really it's just the question of I think that's it. There might have been like some other like island unlockables in the deluxe edition. Like
no, it was like 2 jobs. It was 2 jobs and like an XP boost in the deluxe, and then the ultimate is the one that had like a bunch of shit.
Yeah. The ultimate had a bunch of junk, in my opinion.
But it wasn't like an extra island or anything. An extra dungeon. That's what it was. An extra dungeon.
Oh.
I think I'll just get it. It's only $10 more.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that
I would have been.
I
would have been more okay. I think the New Game Plus thing is. I think it's because it's new. I don't think there's precedent of effectively forcing people to pay for New Game Plus. So I think that's where there's an outcry, and I think I would agree with that. But it's always it's a slippery slope, right? Where I remember people being pissed about horse armor, and now that's just like that's the market standard. Like,
Yeah, but do you really get horse armor that often? Is there horse armor in games that often? Because I was trying to think
well,
what.
no. Horse armor, not like literally just horse armor. I meant like just cosmetics. Like cosmetics are
Oh
fucking
yeah,
huge,
yeah.
dude.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that's
definitely.
like that's Fortnite.
You're talking about the guy who's. You're talking to the guy who spent like
Yeah,
$500 in Paragon.
I'm not just some guy. I'm the guy who spent $500 in Paragon and then got the money back.
Lucky me.
Yeah. So, you know, I hope there's not like this is some divide in time where New Game Plus now becomes like always something that you got to pay extra for.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't set a precedent.
Yeah. So that's where it can get dangerous once publishers get a taste of like, oh, there's another thing people are willing to pay extra for. That's what I don't love about it. So it's like I hate it, but at the same time I'll probably buy it anyway because I think I would have bought the deluxe edition anyway because I really love this game. But not enough to buy the ultimate edition, which I think is just mostly a bunch of junk.
Yeah, when I read this, I was trying to see to see if there was another game that did something like this, but I couldn't. For at least for New Game Plus, I'm pretty sure they did some for like DLC or something like that. But obviously that's DLC. This is part of the game. Like, what do you need
My
to
favorite
do?
is my favorite's when it's like 3 DLC packs and we don't even know what it is yet, but
Gotta get it.
We're gonna charge you now.
I did that for The Witcher because I mean, not that I knew The Witcher was gonna be great, but I'm like, yeah, I'll get it.
Well, you hit it big with that one because all of those DLCs are phenomenal.
We're good, yeah.
Yeah.
Money
Blood
well
and
spent.
wine.
Yeah, money well spent.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, hopefully it doesn't set a precedent and kind of like become the industry standard, especially with a lot of games a lot of these games have the option for New Game Plus, you know, so you could go back and kind of do everything that you couldn't do or explore new areas or go a certain way kind of thing.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm not a huge New Game Plus guy. It's like very, very few times. Like I think Like a Dragon might be one that it matters to me, but broadly speaking, I'm not like jumping back into a game and redoing everything with my shit.
That's funny because I'm thinking like I do not want to. It's an RPG. I don't want a New Game Plus an RPG kind of thing. So it doesn't really matter to me, but it matters to me in the grand scheme of things. Like you were saying it, so it doesn't become the industry standard. But I don't think I'll New Game Plus it. I don't usually New Game Plus. There's no reason.
I feel like this game might be like too long.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be just like maybe too long wasn't right. What I meant to say was it'll be a long game, and by the time I'm done with it, I'll be like, I'm ready for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So like I don't even have time for New Game Plus. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe for this title, I might not get into it too much.
We'll keep you guys updated on how long it is and if we want to New Game Plus it, which I don't think
it's
we
gonna
will.
be.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I'm trying to remember.
Compared
I think
to
I was like 80, 90 hours.
Oh yeah, I was about the same on Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. I was around the same. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they change their mind and they just release a patch that'll have it available right off the bat. All right. Next thing we want to talk about is the Xbox January Developer Direct. Much in the same vein of last year, Xbox did a January Developer Direct where they announced about 5 games, show off some trailers for unannounced games and announced games. Nothing crazy, nothing that we hadn't seen before kind of thing. Or heard about before. The titles were Avowed, which is releasing in fall 2024. Senua Saga, Hellblade 2, which is releasing May 21st.
What do you mean nothing we've never seen before?
What do you mean? What do you mean what I mean?
This is literally the first time we've ever seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but they talked about it. I said mostly.
right,
I,
whatever.
I knew about Indiana Jones.
Mostly, all right, what are you, lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine.
You're the lawyer here nitpicking.
Yeah.
All right. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which is releasing May 21st. Visions of Mana, which is releasing summer 2024. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I knew about, but Nick didn't apparently. Late 2024. And then Ara, History Untold, which is fall 2024. It's not that we're not big Xbox people. We just want to get that out of the way. I may hate on it a lot, but I appreciate good games. I want everybody to play good games. And if they're good Xbox games, I will play them. But I will say this, it was a very underwhelming showcase. I don't know if it's because it's the first one of the year. And honestly, like I said, most of these titles were previously announced or we've seen some snippets of it or heard snippets of it. And it's just kind of putting something together for the fans kind of thing. But Avowed just looks very typical Skyrim, but with new gen graphics and magic. I think I would rather play Immortals of Avium. They got some good scores, and I got a free code. So, Senua's Saga Hellblade, still not. Every time I see this, it's just like I don't want to play this. Like it looks good, but I don't want to play it. It's not drawing me in. Visions of Mana, that one definitely piqued my interest ever since they showcased it off in Summer's Game Fest or whatever that showcase was in the summer. Super excited about that. But that's going to be multi-platform anyway, so nothing necessarily coming from Xbox. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it looked good. I thought it was going to be more Uncharted or Tomb Raider-like, where it would be third person, but surprisingly, it's first person. They said that you would switch over to third person for certain areas. It did remind me of Mirror's Edge, so if it's done really well, I think with like the Mirror's Edge gameplay kind of thing, I think it could work really well. I'm excited to see more of it, and hopefully it's good. I like Indiana Jones. I like the film franchise. I like the character, so it's some that I would be looking forward to if it's done right. And then Aura, History Untold, not my type of game, but it's a building. That's for you, Ali. So something for you.
I literally saw one frame, and I was just like, just get me out of here as quickly as possible.
What are your thoughts on the showcase itself? I mean, on the developer direct itself and the games that they decided to show to get some hype?
The only game I'm hyped about is Visions of Mana, which isn't an Xbox game. So that's kind of funny. Indiana Jones, maybe I don't know if I'm sold on like the first person view of it.
Did you ever play Mirror's Edge?
Specifically, I have not played Mirror's Edge. No.
It's. I think that's what I'm getting the vibes from it, and I really like Mirror's Edge. It was well done, so we'll see.
And it was like kind of cool. I think there was like an open question on whether it was actually Harrison Ford's likeness or not. So it's cool that they got that. I think it's important. Maybe that's silly, but I do think that's a good thing. The voice was like, well, just like the whole like actual in animation and whatever, like it wasn't the best, but I think that's better than it being like, what I think Marvel did with the Avengers games, where it's like, oh yeah, it's like it's MCU light, or like Bizarro MCU, like where like it kind of looks like them, but it's not. And
well, I wanted to say real quick on your little rant of how bad the Kiryu English voice actor is for the Like a Dragon series. This is he's voiced by Troy Baker, so such a well-known and heavily used voice actor. So he does a pretty good job.
I didn't say it was just like you could tell it wasn't. You can tell it's not Harrison Ford. You can tell it's someone trying to sound like Harrison Ford. Which is it's fine.
As long as it looks like him, it's fine.
They should just use AI. Just do AI.
No.
That's the solution to everything. And then like the Aura, like I just can't with those games, so that's not for me.
I like how we turn off our brain whenever this type of game comes. I was like, we don't want to talk about this.
Hellblade 2, just zero interest. I'm still like legitimately upset about whatever showcase that was, where they showed like a 10-minute thing of it was just like
It
the
was
most
their last year, their last thing.
stupefying trailer I've ever seen. And about, you know, maybe. I did have a good time with Outer Worlds. So I Outer Worlds was a good time for Game Pass, for a Game Pass title. Like I would not have paid specific money to play that. So I think if there's like another similar type experience, but it's more like fantasy, magic, whatever, like that could be fun. There wasn't really anything in the trailer that or in the showcase that like grabbed me, so that's like that's a maybe. Indiana Jones, I'll put it as a strong maybe. And then
Just Visions of Mana is the only
Visions of
thing.
Mana, I'll buy it on Steam.
Yeah.
So literally has nothing to do with Xbox. So and then I feel like I just found this whole thing to be like super boring.
It's the same as last year.
I think this. So here's my take. So I actually really like this style of content where it's like you hear directly from a bunch of different developers, what they're trying to accomplish and their process and all that. So I love that type of content, but it's for a game that I'm already interested in.
Yeah.
So when they like package all of these in like a bundle, so like I call it like double click content, where it's just like, I'm interested in this thing, I want to dig in deeper. There's the content. Not let's package all these pieces of double click content together. Like I would say like most people, like if you're interested in one of these games, you're highly likely not interested in the other four, or maybe you're one more at max. But so like I feel like if you're someone watching this thing, like what's the point? Like you should just wait until the individual content is made available later. So maybe they're okay with that. Like maybe I'm overthinking this, like being debuted with like, at a specific time, and you're like, it's a live stream and you watch the whole thing. But I feel like it's a very bad way of like packaging this content. I think they would have been much better off with like a 10-minute thing of just like, hey, here's like some fucking games and let's get everyone hyped up, and trailers are 2 or 3 minutes. If you're interested in one of these games, here's a developer direct. Like, I think that's the right way to package this.
Yeah.
By the time I got to the Indiana Jones, I'm just like, dude, I'm tired. I'm bored.
I'm glad I didn't watch this.
I'm not in the right mindset of like getting excited about a game because I just watched this fucking like Ara History Untold bullshit. Like, so it's just, I don't know. So that's my take on the
Yeah, I didn't see this
packaging of this.
I didn't see this live when they were showcasing it, and I'm glad I avoided it and just kind of got the snippets after. But I totally agree with you, where it's a better cause if they just do its own separate showcase for the game itself. Like I would say a great example is the Suicide Squad right now is doing a rollout every Wednesday, every couple weeks of like the mechanics of the game and the characters and all that stuff. Like that's more enjoyable because I know I'm looking for that specific game. Where like you said with this one, only really Visions of Mana and Indiana Jones were like mildly interesting to me.
So to me, it kind of feels like they're like compensating for not having a lot of games. Like they're like, hey, let's just have a really big direct.
And that's
but like it doesn't matter how many games are represented in that direct. Like it just, all that matters is the runtime of the direct. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't think that's the right way to approach it.
and that's what we were discussing. We were discussing that Sony doesn't really have anything slated for this year that's first party or anything showcases that they're talking about. And we thought Xbox would have some stuff, but if you really think about it, if you nail it down, they don't really have any major first party for this year as well. So very surprising. We're still getting some third third-party hyped up content, great games from other publishers, but it is very weird that the two major console publishers don't really have anything slated. That
Square Enix is saving both platforms.
yeah, nothing that we're hyped about. So you guys better pick it up. It's still early. We're gonna have to finish Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth eventually, and Final Fantasy, and Suicide Squad. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so that does it for the news of the week that we wanted to discuss. We're going to move on into some closing thoughts. I will start first. I've still been playing Lost Crown, Prince of Persia. Really, really enjoy it. It is one of the better Metroidvanias, I think. I'm not really getting bored of it. The exploration is pretty amazing. The fighting mechanics are really good. The powers you get, really, really good and fun to use. And the story itself is really enjoyable. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. So I'm glad I picked it up. I think this will be like a sleeper hit for the year. I know people really have a lot of angst towards Ubisoft, so they might not, like they probably weren't planning to pick it up. But if you want to play like a good compact Metroidvania, something to start off the year before anything kicks in, I think it's a great game to pick up. So might be on my list. It's definitely going to be at the list for the end of the year. And then that's the only game I've been playing. As far as TV shows or movies, I just watched the 2 episodes of True Detective new season, True Detective Night Country, starring Jodie Foster. Pretty great. I've been a fan of the True Detective series since it premiered. I know some seasons are better than others, but I really enjoy it, and especially playing like Alan Wake 2 last year kind of put me back in the mood of like wanting to watch these type of shows. And I think they've done a good job, at least with the first 2 episodes, of getting that season 1 feel for True Detective and the mystery and the characters and all that stuff. It's really good. It also has connections to season 1, which I know you were a big fan of, and I believe I texted you in the group chat letting you know that it makes connections, and I know you're going to pick it up when you have some time. But yeah, it's good, and the mystery's good. It's good.
Do you think after playing Alan Wake 2, were you like, I'm better off just watching this content than playing this content?
No, because I really, and this is, I don't like, we've gotten so past it. I don't think we're gonna do the Alan Wake review. But with Alan Wake, I told you I feel like I really enjoyed the Saga Anderson parts. Those were really well done, the investigations and all that stuff. And then you play as Alan Wake, and it feels like shit because you're just walking around with a flashlight.
And so True Detective is more like the Saga Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see it. Okay.
I've always loved those type of shows. Where you're a detective finding the clues, the mystery.
It's like you really are playing as Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Put me in the shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me. What about you? Besides, I'm pretty sure you had, again, another week of...
My entire closing thoughts can be summarized in one word.
Honkai. No, not Honkai?
Palworld.
Yeah, but you said 30 minutes of that.
I know. I got 30 minutes of Palworld. I did play a little bit of Honkai Star Rail. Because, I think during game night...
Yeah, during game night I jumped in.
It was an unconventional night where we played 0 games together. We just like talked to each other. It was basically like a phone call.
Yeah, everybody was doing different things.
Their own thing. Yeah. I think that's I think that's fine. It was still a good time. And the good thing about Honkai is you can play that game and have no idea what you're doing. You're just like ripping
through collecting stuff,
pulling.
Farming. I don't know.
I don't know
what goes on in Honkai.
I was playing the game the whole time we were talking, but I have no idea what I did.
You were an autopilot.
Yeah. But other than that, then it was Palworld. So pretty lean on content consumption this week, but
yeah, you're gonna have to play it a little bit more. It must
improve. I'll play more Palworld, and then
you can give me better thoughts because I'm not
mainly so I can just keep saying the word, and then
Infinite Wealth, man.
Infinite Wealth, yeah.
Infinite Wealth.
I had a brain fart.
Just
Infinite Wealth on Friday, right? Maybe Thursday evening if we're lucky. I got to look at the exact
Release date on Steam.
release time. Yeah, because it's presumably it'll be on Japan time when they launch. So I feel like sometimes
Yeah, sometimes you get it early.
you get
on Steam.
lucky. Yeah.
4 more days. Yeah, well, if when you play more Palworld, you can give us more thoughts on that. I don't think I'm gonna play it. It looks fun or whatever, and I'm glad.
It's not for you. Yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody's enjoying it, and it's got a lot of numbers. But I have also kind of been off the Pokemon train for a while, kind of thing, and also building. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No.
Well, hopefully
I do wanna watch True Detective. So that's on my list.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
maybe we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, one
How
show.
many is it? 6 episodes? 8 episodes?
No, it just started.
Do we
2
know?
episodes. Oh, like the seasons? How many is it
Yeah,
gonna
how
be?
long is the season? Yeah.
Probably like I don't know the exact number, but probably like 8 to 10.
Oh, okay.
But it just started, so you're only 2 episodes behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Finally, you'll watch a show that I tell you to watch. Still waiting on Andor. Little inside joke for our longtime listeners. But yeah, that does it for this episode. Tune in next week where maybe we'll see if Nick has to drive the dog back to Ohio or not.
No, dude, I'm
hopefully.
done. I'm done road tripping until November.
All right. Hopefully not. Or you might really want some Olive Garden. But that's,
It is could be one of the best Olive Gardens in the country. So
damn. There you go, Ohio. You got something going for you.
yeah.
That does it for us. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining the live stream. We'll keep doing it. Next Sunday, hopefully, we'll do the live stream again for episode 92. If everything goes well, yeah, we'll be here next Sunday. All right. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your week. I don't know what to say. I kind of do. What do I usually say? I'm Hugo. Bye.
I'm Nick later.